Hi, I'm Rick Crane of Anglers Artistry, and I want to spend a few moments with you showing you how to use a wonderful product from Innovative Polymers called 3030. IE 3030 is what we use here at Anglers Artistry to make casts of our heads from our own custom molds. Let's take a closer look at how to work with this product.
Here are all the products that we're going to use for our little Innovative Polymer 3030 project. We have a digital scale, little cup for measuring here, gloves, sticks. Now we're ready to go. Before you start any project where you're going to be working with urethanes, you want to put some gloves on just for safety reasons. And I'm just using some nitrile gloves here. So first thing we're going to do is set the scale so it tears out at 0. This is our fish head mold that we're going to use. This is a dye that we're going to use for the urethane, and here's our 2 little containers of urethane. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put in part A, which has kind of an amber yellowish looking color. And for this size head, basically what we're going to do is use about 0.75. And this is our B, which we're going to shake as well here. And we're going to put 0.75 of that, giving us 1.5 ounces. You can also do this in grams as well. I always pour my A first because the B is a little easier to pour and control. Now we're going to put just a little touch of this dye in here, and just for example reasons, we're using this flush colored dye. And just I mix, fairly slowly. I don't try to over agitate it. And I give it about a good 10 seconds of mixing. Now I pour it right into the mold, and this is our fish head mold. I believe this is a lake trout. And carefully you want to swirl this around in here, and you're going to make sure that it touches every surface as you're moving it around. This takes a little bit of practice at first, and sometimes you might get a little spillage and some might just pop out, but you'll get used to doing it pretty quickly. Now we're not going to use the entire amount that's in here, but it's always good to start off that way so you get the best coverage and you don't have to wait for your material to get to one side to the other. But we don't want to use all the material because we get just a little bit too much material in there, and you don't want to have the front half of your head too heavy as the material may settle down into the front half. This is a pretty straightforward process, and we're going to do this twice. This is our detail coat that we're putting in here. And you can certainly take a head like this and put it in a pressure pot as well if you have a lot of super undercut detail or teeth that you really want to pick up. The pressure pot works really great. But this is such a fantastic material to work with. It's very strong, great coverage. It's starting to thicken up now, and as it's thickening, it makes it a little easier to get that coverage out of there. Now I'm going to pour out the remainder. And again, this comes with a little experience right before it kicks. Okay, I'll just swirl that back in. We're going to set it in a little holder here. And we'll wait about 10 minutes, and then we're going to put our next coat in there while it's still warm. Okay. This would be our second coat. In this one here, I'm only using about an ounce of material, so it's 0.5 and 0.5 of the A and B. Equal amounts. And at first, it's very liquidy. If you had a larger head, you could also put some chopped fiber in there, or if you want to use a different type of filler, we use a couple different types of fillers. if you needed to add some strength, that is, to the head that you're doing. This is the coat that you want to add the strength to, your second coat. The first coat is a detail coat. The second coat is just for more integrity of the head. We give this about an hour to cure. You don't have to wait an hour. I mean, basically you can pull this head out of here in about 30 minutes, but we want to give this about an hour before we pull this. You get a good 3-4 minutes of working time here before it'll start to gel. And you'll know it. It'll start to get thicker, and as it gets thicker, that's when you want to be mindful about really watching the material. And we're going to have a little excess with this as well, and we'll pour that out when it's the right time. I just keep moving it around, creating a good strong surface of material with our Innovative Polymers 3030. I've used a lot of products over the years, and I've found that Innovative Polymer products are just fantastic to work with, and I just love the consistency and just about everything about it. Lots of different applications for this particular product. Okay, we're going to just pour out our excess here. All right, almost done here. We'll swirl that back up and it'll just self-level. And that's our shell. And we're going to put that right back in the little cup. And now we've given it about an hour. I'll pop the mold out of the mother mold. And we're just going to peel this open just like a glove. And as you will see, when you come to the undercuts, just take your time, but this one's a pretty straightforward head to take out there. And here is a lake trout cast using 3030 Innovative Polymers. Hope you had fun.